I'm Naweglo Amina. I would like to speak basically on promotion of education for young girls, especially looking at the aspect of menstrual hygiene. When we're in the field, we got to understand that very many girls, when they are having their menstrual periods, they do not stay in school. The reason being they fear the stigma of boys. When the boys see them with the blood, they tend to remain at home. Since they do not have a changing room at their school, they do not have emergency pads to use the time they have started their periods unaware. So as TDYAN, we took it up as an issue we can advocate for. What we first did is in 2018, we had a campaign of girls stay at school and books before marriage. These two campaigns were launched basically to support the girl child stay in school and complete school even when they are in their menstrual days. One is we mobilized resources. We used avenues like the Youth Day celebration, the Women's Day celebration, where we had a lot of stakeholders come on board to celebrate with us these days. So we used that avenue as a resource mobilization avenue. We mobilized some resources like pads. Specifically, we bought some books and pads for the young girls and we delivered to them. But when time continued, we realized that as an organization we cannot sustain giving physical pads to girls. So what we did is getting the girls empowered with skills of making reusable pads themselves, because we would not sustain giving them physical pads, and yet we have the resourceful persons who can train these girls to make pads. We collected some resources, singled out some schools in Tororo, where we went with a team to give capacity building, and with that, very many girls have been given that skill, and they do make their pads from school, including the boys. It's because we want to make the boys understand that menstrual periods for the girls is not an abnormality. It is a normal situation for every normal woman to undergo through. And likewise, the boys do have the wet dreams. But we bring them on board and tell them, if your sister has started periods, this is what can help them, but rather than laughing at them. So in that way, we built their capacities, and they are taking it up as schools, and we are so happy to announce that with the efforts of TDYAN, the Minister of Education got much interest, and in the policy governing the education sector, we have a policy that is commanding schools, government schools, to have 1, emergency pads for the young girls, 2, changing rooms for these young girls, and some water and a towel plus a bucket. When these girls get periods, they can comfortably go and change, they are dressing, they clean up, change, then come back to class, rather than going home and staying for 3 days or 4 days, then after is when you come back. So in that strategy, we are seeing that is working so much because the schools are responding and the budgets have been attached. Even though now we go to the district education office, you'll find that their budget for education has some money allocated for emergency pads for primary schools.